So for today's session, we will be doing with the chapter of menu planning, first chapter in your dietetics textbook. Those who have the dietetics textbook, first chapter, menu planning. So this chapter will also be quite essential for you when you're doing your assignments based on the food exchange list, what kind of food you have to pick, how much gram you have to take of uncooked food for people of different age group. Okay, based on this chapter, you can make your entire diet plan as well, menu plan as well. So if anyone is joining late, please help them with the page number. So this is the first chapter of your dietetics textbook. Am I audible? So we'll go through certain definitions. Nutrition. Nutrition is the science of food, the nutrients and other substances, and how they function in your body, their action, their interaction with other enzymes and other nutrients within your body, and the balance. Okay, how they create a nutritional balance within your body. Okay, so these are the main functions of nutrients, and when you study these balance, action, interaction, that is what we call as nutrition science in relationship to certain health or disease conditions. The process in which by which the organism or the human body is able to ingest, digest, absorb, and transport, how it is going to store these nutrients and utilize the nutrients. Okay, and how they dispose of the excess. These all to know about all these factors of your food is what we call as nutrition or nutrition science. Health, what we usually follow the World Health Organization's definition of health. Health is is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Those who are from the healthcare background, I guess this definition is by heart for everyone. Okay, others who are not from the medical background, this is what World Health Organization defines health as. Okay, your physical, mental, and social well-being should be complete. Okay, and just because you have any infirmities, for example, being a handicap does not make you unhealthy. Okay, just because you are differently abled or specially abled children or something. Okay, if you come under that category, does not make you unhealthy. Okay, so health basically it's a concept in which a human being should be physically, mentally, and socially well, and they should be there should be no disease conditions that is health affecting their physical health, mental health, or their social health. Okay, coming to the determinants of food choices, a lot of medical terminologies they have given on page number 1 and 2. That is for your self study. Okay, a lot of medical terminology usually used in the textbook or which are related to nutrition sciences given few. Okay, so you can check that later at your own self study. So coming to determinants of food choice, what makes you choose certain specific types of food? Okay, what makes a food a staple food or a personal choice? Okay, what are the determinants that affect your choices of food? So first is your biological determinant. For example, your hunger and palatability, which means when you are hungry, you eat more. Okay, when you are when you feel satiated, that means you feel full. Okay, you cannot have any more food or drink. Okay, so these are the biological indicators which propels you to take food. Okay, which insist you to eat something. Your hunger and your satiety, both satiety will stop you from taking more. Hunger will give you the message to take more food. Okay, palatability is the taste. Okay, for example, if you don't eat a food that does not have salt, okay, salt and oil and spices, okay, they make the food more palatable, desirable to eat. Okay, so as soon as the food's palatability increases, the desire to have that food also increases. Why do people tend more towards having, they crave for junk food, they crave for like processed food, cakes, etc. The reason being it is more palatable. Okay, the items used to make these specific kind of food makes the food more palatable. Okay, so food is not just supposed to be your source of nourishment. Okay, the food is also supposed to give you the pleasure of having it. Okay, having food should be a pleasurable activity. It should not feel like a chore or a burden. Okay, so palatability makes having food a pleasurable activity. Okay. So this is the biological determinant. Second part is your economic and physical determinants. For example, cost and accessibility, education and knowledge. Cost and accessibility, but when you classify the entire population of a given area into upper class, upper middle class, low income, okay, what food is accessible to them based on what they are able to provide to their family because of their financial capacity. That also determines what kind of food choices this family will have. Okay, people who usually come from the upper class, upper middle class families, they have more access to a variety of food, but that is not the case for the population who comes under the BPL rate, below poverty line, below poverty line, or the families who come from a lower socioeconomic background. Okay, it also determines what kind of food they can have on a daily basis. Okay, for example, milk is very important for basic nourishment of humans, but buying milk or using milk on a daily basis is a burden for lower socioeconomic class people. Okay, so yeah, that is one of an example. Cost and accessibility plays an important role. Accessibility means even though you may be earning well, but for example, certain government employees or army professionals, they are posted in such rural areas, remote areas. They may have money with them, but the accessibility, okay, the areas where they are posted, wherever they are working, okay, it's a very remote area, so they will not have enough accessibility of what exactly they want in terms of their food choices. Okay, so that one is cost. Either they do not have the money, or the accessibility, money is there but they are not able to buy it. Okay, then education and knowledge. Usually nowadays social media and regular media is also used to impart a lot of nutrient based knowledge to the general masses, but earlier, when enough knowledge and education was not seen specifically among the women, okay, because of child marriage, teenage marriage, okay, various other social factors that even still today it is present in our country. So the lack of education and knowledge kept the women undernourished, and even the generation that comes after them, when they're carrying their kids, they're carrying the generation forwards, that generation was also supposed to be undernourished because of the lack of education and knowledge about food and nutrition among, specifically among women. Okay, then social determinants. You have cultural influences, like specifically when you go to like a place of work where your colleagues indulge a lot in drinking after work, or smoking after work, or they indulge a lot in going, like it's a very stressful environment, IT sector or something like that, and weekend culture, after office binge eating, partying culture. Okay, these kind of situations are there even if you're not brought up in that kind of environment, but mingling with, say, like-minded people, you will also try to imitate the same habits. So culturally you will get influenced. Okay, it could be traditional cultures as well. Certain people who get posted in certain remote areas of the country, okay, they try to eat the staple food that is available there. Then slowly their food choices is also influenced by what they have learned in a new place. So that is cultural influences. It happens to everyone. Like each one of us are born into certain family which has a staple diet, certain ethnicity of India. Okay, there are certain diet or thalis very very well known to that particular states. Okay, so you are drawn towards eating that again and again, choosing that kind of food again and again. Okay, the basic difference is the choice of having rice or wheat. Okay, choosing rice is very common among tropical states. And choosing wheat or other cereals are common among the arid regions of the country. Okay, so it's influenced by the culture of that area. Then social context. For example, if you are in a party, okay, somebody is offering you a drink, okay, you say straight away deny it's supposed to, it is considered as rude or something. You, even if you do not want, you have to slightly indulge yourself in drinks or something. Even if you drink, if you don't drink, you can completely deny it. But otherwise, if you're somebody who drinks, and if a drink is offered to you or in a party, okay, out of social functioning, you will say yes to it. One drink can turn into few drinks, and that's how your food choices, your habits change around people, what whom you surround with. Okay, that influences a lot in your food decision making capacity. Media, peer pressure. Okay, if like a teenager would like to have more junk food because their friends are having it after tuition classes or after school. Okay, they have a party planned or they have a picnic planned, get together planned. Okay, so all these food choices come out of peer pressure as well, but specifically for adolescents and children. Then values, religious belief, political beliefs, okay, environmental ethics, like going, are you trying to be a vegan because of the effect non-vegetarian food may have on the environment. Okay, religious beliefs, okay, to have garlic or not to have garlic, to have non-veg, not to have non-veg. Political views, usually beef is a very controversial meat when it comes to India and other conservative areas of the country as well. So the political views, the ethnic views, the religious views, okay, these all will shape your choices of food as well. Social setting, like what kind of food is eaten at home and what kind of food is eaten outside in the tiffin. Okay, the availability of food, uh, the importance of home cooked food, you will realize when you move away from the home. Okay, so that is your, when your social setting changes, you just try to miss a specific kind of food, you crave a specific kind of food. Okay, and you try to lean towards, you will search for restaurants or you will search for like-minded people who share the same kind of food, what you used to eat at home. Okay, so this is how food determines your social gatherings as well. Then meal pattern, in some household, 4 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day. It depends on what kind of work culture or what kind of family rituals you have at home. In certain families, after 6, you are not supposed to eat. Usually in Jainism, okay, the religion Jainism, after 6, you are not supposed to eat. So meal patterns change a lot within these time period. Okay, so whatever is your ethnic background or religious background, that determines a lot of how much you have to eat. In certain religions, during the evening, that dusk hour, you are not supposed to eat. Around 6 to 7, you are not supposed to eat. After 7, you can have, or before 6 or before 5:30, you can have. But during that dusk time, the Sandhya time, you are not supposed to eat. Okay, in certain cultures, you are supposed to eat. Okay, so yeah, these will also affect your meal patterns. Then psychological factors like your stress. If you're stressed, either you will eat a lot or you will not eat at all. It can go both the ways. Okay, stress will definitely affect your choice of food. Sometimes when you're eating a lot, specifically people, when they're stressed and they eat a lot, they are not eating on healthy meal. Okay, they are not binging on healthy meal. It's usually they tend towards, or they fall into the pit of going into more junk food when they eat a lot. Okay. Then the mood also has a definite indication on what kind of food you're going to have. If you're depressed, you have different kind of cravings. When you're excited, okay, you want something that is more sweet, or that is more creamy, laced with fats. Okay. Then your body image, this is also a psychological factor in which, when it comes to a disorder, it's usually anorexia, bulimia, binge eating. Okay, these kind of disorders are usually around your body image, specifically anorexia nervosa. Usually, the influence of fashion, movies, social media on young minds. Okay, they influence how teenagers are supposed to look, or how a young girl or young man should look like. Okay, and to imbibe that, you try to cut down on your meals, you put yourself under restrictive diets just to get a specific body image. Okay, so that is also a determinant. And eating disorders, as I mentioned earlier, anorexia nervosa, bulimia, these are the common eating disorders. These disorders are more common in women and young girls as compared to men or young boys. Then we have consumer attitude, beliefs, knowledge, and their optimistic bias. For example, or the kind of dietary fat that you use has changed. If you look at India's use of fat, do you think cheese was something that we used to use in Indian households? At least even 20 years back, if you look at a simple Indian household, a middle class Indian household. Okay, cheese was it something that was always available at an Indian household? But now, if we now if we look at a regular Indian household's refrigerator, major 80% of the households will have something related to cheese, paneer, butter. Like, even butter was not something like the salted butter and all. Um Paneer was also there in paneer was not used on a daily basis. Paneer was used in only in certain festivities. Rarely paneer was used. And in ancient India, if you go 100 years back or so, paneer was not a part of Indian diet at all. Okay. Specifically speaking, for the Hindus, the majority of the Hindus, paneer was not something that was used in Indian diet 100 years or 200 years back. It is quite new. Paneer, the use of paneer is quite new, because in ancient, like the practices which Hindus had 100 years and 50 years back, they used to consider uh, paneer as a bad omen, because the milk, fatawa doodh, we say, okay, that is bad. It's not a good omen for the milk to curdle, right? So that should not happen. That was what that was considered. So paneer, the use of paneer in Indian diet came much later. It's a very new indulgence. Homemade butter was there, but more than homemade butter, it was ghee. Okay, clarified butter was something that was very common in Indian households. But the salted butter, the way how we use it right now on bread or on other delicacies, it's not how it was used earlier. Okay, so yeah, consumer attitudes have changed a lot, and it is still keeping on changing, right? For example, the use of cold pressed oils. Uh, Usually only urban population, certain degree of urban population are only aware about cold pressed oils and their benefits. Okay, everyone does not know, but in the coming years we can see more and more people trying to tap into cold pressed oils as well, right? Olive oil, also olive oil was not something that was inherent to Indian households. It has come much later. Okay, after globalization, olive oil and everything has come into our households much later. Okay, so that's the consumer attitude which is changing with time. Belief systems we have discussed based on your personal, it is very subjective belief systems. And knowledge, what you know, you try, what you do not know, you will not change. Okay, so that is the aspect of knowledge in food choice. Then optimistic bias, causing some alterations. For example, um, a pregnant mother, even if she does not like to have milk, but just for the sake of her the health of the baby, she will indulge in having milk. That is optimistic bias. Okay, she is taking good nutritional practices, not for herself but for her fetus. Okay, so that is and even for example, sports personals also, athletes also, there are certain groups of food they do not like, but there's their regimen demands it. Okay, they should restrict certain calories, they're not supposed to be overweight, or they should be watching on their weight. Even they want to eat something junk food, or they want to uh, uh, indulge in something, okay, give into their cravings, they are not supposed to. Okay, that is also an optimistic bias. So these were the determinants of food. And medical conditions also. uh, for diabetes, a person who has diabetes, they like sweet, but they can have like artificial sweeteners to an extent. Okay, lot of medical conditions will also uh, change your food choices. Okay, thyroid issues, PCODs, diabetes, kidney disorder, heart disorders, based on whatever you are diagnosed with. Certain food changes you may have to, or lifestyle changes. Along with lifestyle changes, some food related changes also you will have to make based on your medical condition. Okay, it will also determine your food choice. So is it clear regarding determinants of food choice? Coming to functional food, antioxidant effect. So free radicals, what are free radicals? Majority of the reactions that takes place within your body, whatever action your body does, okay, even to produce energy is produced, but some antioxidants also, but some free radicals are also produced as a byproduct. So free radicals are like, they are hyperactive. Okay, they carry a charge on them, and this charged particles has to be neutralized. Okay, otherwise they will go and attack healthy cells, healthy tissues, and just to find that electron that can neutralize them. Okay, so antioxidants are also uh, they are also charged particles in a way, and they specifically go and target the free radicals. They bind with the free radicals, so that the free radicals does not harm the healthy living tissues or healthy cells. Okay, the free radicals can have that extra electron and neutralize themselves, but the antioxidants are ready to give up their electrons just to neutralize the free radical. Okay, usually the electron that is present in the outer shell. Those who understand chemistry a bit, like atoms, okay, every atom has new electron, protons, neutrons. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus. Electrons are the ones who are orbiting the outer shells, uh, all the shells of the atom. Okay, yeah, flavonoids are also antioxidants. So electrons can be taken away. Specifically, the electron that is present in the outermost cells of an atom can be taken away. So antioxidants are these atoms which are readily giving out their electrons so that the hyperactive free radical can calm down. Free radicals are in search of new electrons, from where they can get new electrons so that they can neutralize themselves. They don't cause more harm to healthy cells. Okay, so this is how the antioxidant and free radical effect takes place within the body. Okay, so the sources of antioxidants, there are a lot of antioxidants present in fresh fruits, vegetables, and even other forms of beverages, cereals, pulses. Okay, they have every food that you take has certain degree of antioxidant in them. Okay, to an extent, a certain degree of antioxidant effect is present in all the food. Some food are very well known specifically for their antioxidant effects. Okay. Even like certain vitamins, they also have an antioxidant function. For example, the beta carotene, okay, that is an active form of vitamin A that has an antioxidant function. Vitamin C has an antioxidant function. Vitamin E, okay. So these are few vitamins which are known for their antioxidant function. So dietary antioxidants can be in form of nutrients that we have discussed right now, vitamins, and non-nutrients as well. So beta carotene, ascorbic acid, these are vitamin A, vitamin C, which acts as antioxidant. Vitamin E is also good antioxidant. Other non-nutrients that they have mentioned, like tocopherols, tocotrienols, riboflavin, sulfur, like sulfur containing amino acid like cysteine. Cysteine is a protein. Okay. And selenium. Selenium is a mineral, but it also has an antioxidant effect. Okay. So antioxidant is a function that is taken up, and being an antioxidant means it has this function of giving out electrons to neutralize the free radical. So the items that can have this function, it could be either nutrients or non-nutrients. Okay. Then in the from pages from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, till there they have given a lot of examples of how different food groups, okay, food groups are antioxidants. For example, when it comes to cereals, okay, whole grains, they have certain antioxidants like ferulic, caffeic acid, phytic acid, okay, and they have an antioxidant like wheat, ragi, semolina, that is rava, okay. They also have certain amount of phenolic content that can act as an antioxidant to a certain degree, okay, not more. But if you definitely sprout them, okay, sprout them or multiply them, their antioxidant effect will increase much more. Oats also have certain phenols which have antioxidant phenomena. Polished rice will have much less amount of antioxidant as compared to unpolished rice. So these are the certain cereals which has certain degree of antioxidants. In pulses, soya protein, they have a lot of isoflavones that has antioxidant function. Sprouts of chickpeas, okay, they are also good antioxidants. Rajma, black gram, green moong dal, urad dal, black gram, green gram, okay. They also have good contents of antioxidants, but if you boil them or pressure cook them, the antioxidant content will fall down. But if you sprout them, soak them and sprout them, antioxidant content will increase. Vegetables and fruits, we all know they are a rich source of antioxidants, all fresh vegetables and fruits. Specifically, the ones that are rich in vitamin C, beta carotene, tocopherols. Dry fruits, oil seeds and nuts, like specifically walnut is a good antioxidant, and raisins as well. And in spices, saffron, turmeric. Turmeric has an antioxidant which is called curcumin. That is the compound that shows the antioxidant effect. Tea and coffee both have antioxidants, but if you're consuming coffee, if you consume it in black coffee without sugar, black coffee, only then the antioxidant effects can be capitalized in coffee. In tea, both black tea and green tea both have certain degree of antioxidants. Green tea has a slightly higher content of antioxidant as compared to black tea, but both are, nutritionally speaking, both are equally beneficial. Again, when you consume them without milk, tea and coffee, when you consume them without milk and sugar, only then you can capitalize on the antioxidant effect. Okay. Seed oils, oil seeds like mustard seeds, rape seeds, canola seeds, rice bran seeds, sesame oil, they all are good sources of antioxidants. And any seed oil which is rich in omega-3 like flax seeds oils, okay, they also have a protective aspect of antioxidant. Whey proteins, we can fortified proteins with antioxidant. Whey protein themselves also have certain degree of antioxidant, but when you buy whey protein from outside, you can check for the ones which is fortified with more antioxidants, so the benefit is amplified. I'm not sure about the difference between instant and filter coffee, but I guess in filter coffee you can get much better percentage of antioxidant, because instant coffee, a lot of processing has been taken out. Okay, you do the coffee beans have to undergo a lot of processing, and then instant coffee packets are made. Okay, so we can imagine that with more processing, definitely the antioxidant quality may fall. But when you're preparing filter coffee, the it's majority of the processing is done in the kitchen itself. It's mixed with chicory. Okay, so chicory in coffee does not have any harm. It just gives uh, uh, that specific aroma to it, and chicory does not has any major harm to the health so far. You definitely you're filtering it out. And also, if when you buy filter coffees, there are certain percentages. Different brands have different percentages. Okay, if you're worried about the chicory present, you can go for the 70-30 percentage of filter coffee as well, which has 70% coffee, 30% chicory. It is completely safe to consume. It is completely safe to consume coffee on daily basis. It does not have any harm. Okay, you have to limit your caffeine intake. Just 2 cups of coffee on a daily basis. Okay, not more than 200 to 250 ml throughout the day. Red wine is also a good source of antioxidant, which we know already. They have certain benefits in your cardiovascular health as well when it comes to red wine. Jaggery is also a good source of antioxidant, specifically called phenol. So these are the small discussion about all the different food groups which has antioxidants. Detoxifying effect of the food, usually do not go for or buy for any detoxifying drinks as such. It does not have much, we do not have any evidence on how detoxifying drinks may cause any health benefits. The only thing, detoxification effect, if you want in your body, you have to get 8 hours of sleep. You should have a healthy liver, have a healthy kidney. Your body is completely capable of detoxifying itself of any toxins. Okay, so if these three factors are well, you are getting a sound sleep of 8 hours. You do not have liver issues, you do not have kidney issues. Okay, your body is doing its job of detoxification. Certain food has can aid in this detoxification effect of your liver and kidney. For example, tomatoes. Okay, the limonene, which is present in the citrus fruit peels. This is also a good detoxification agent. So what we know so far is like cabbage, tomatoes, strawberry, pineapples, green peppers, green tea, black tea. Okay, they have detoxification effect, which means they do not allow toxins to react. Detoxifying effect means you can understand they should all the list of food that we have discussed here in detoxifying effect, they are really good sources of antioxidants as well. So while they're taking care of the free radicals, they can also take care of certain toxins. Late night sleep will affect your health definitely, because if your circadian rhythm is affected, your hormones, if you want a good hormonal balance, your circadian rhythm, your sleep wake cycle, okay, that has to be appropriate. And it can be appropriate only when you sleep at the right time and wake up at the right time. Okay. So late night, specifically using smartphones and you being at late night and waking late, it affects your circadian rhythm, and in a way it will also cause hormonal imbalance. Maintaining the circadian rhythm of your body is very important when it comes to maintaining your hormonal levels for men and women both. Okay. Stevia can be consumed on regular basis. Blocking and suppressing effect. Specifically, when it comes to tumors or cancers, there are certain foods which blocks the effect of carcinogens or any toxic agents on your healthy cells and cause mutation. Okay, so there are certain uh, food particles, for example, flavonoids that are phytochemicals, and they're found in they enhance the effectiveness of vitamin C. Okay, and vitamin C can act against a lot of allergies, ulcers, tumors, etc. Curcumin that is found in turmeric, that is also a blocking and suppressing agent to various tumors. And also about certain fresh fruits and berries, okay, berries which we use, okay, not the fruits, like the berries that is used, it also has certain blocking and suppressing effect specifically towards a specific kind of cancers. For stevia, what we can recommend right now is during pregnancy, you can avoid it. But for others, non-pregnant, for men, and those who are non-pregnant, you can use stevia on a regular basis. For pregnancy, no artificial sweeteners or sugar substitute is allowed so far. Okay. Only for when you're pregnant or when you're lactating, you can avoid the use of stevia, because we do not have specific studies of stevia on pregnancy, but for others, it is completely fine. Even if you use the stevia in the leaf form or the powdered form, it is completely fine. Yeah, stevia is meaty tulsi, natural sweetener. Then anti-inflammatory effects of food, omega-3 fatty acids are known for this. And certain other foods also, like which has monoterpenes, gingerols which are present in ginger, okay, have anti-inflammatory action. Cinnamon also has an anti-inflammatory action. Food which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, that is seawater fish, fatty fish, flax seeds, fish oils. Then hypocholesteremic effect. Garlic has this effect. Having raw garlic water on empty stomach has shown certain degree of hypocholesteremic effect. It will not cure. It will not cure the cholesterol issues. It just reduces the effect of cholesterol in your blood. Soya protein, okay, that also has a hypocholesteremic effect. Yogurt, not full fat milk, but skimmed milk. Full fat milk will not have any hypocholesteremic effect. Brown sugar is a natural form of sugar. The only difference between brown sugar and white sugar is that brown sugar still has the molasses. Okay, that is the reason why it has that specific color. Okay, brown sugar is able to retain the molasses, but the white sugar, it is more refined because you take away the molasses and you purify it with the white color. That's why you get the white colored sugar. But otherwise, brown sugar, it just has molasses. White sugar does not have molasses. That's the only difference. Both will increase the blood glucose level in the same way. Jaggery, brown sugar, white sugar, it will spike your insulin. It will create your blood glucose spikes in the very same way. Even honey, date syrup, okay, whatever sweeteners you have, uh, they may have certain antioxidant effect here and there, but it does not takes away from the fact that it will immediately effect and work in the same way how sugar works within inside your body in terms of blood glucose levels. Okay. Then hypoglycemic effect, the soluble dietary fibers which are present in methi seeds, fenugreek seeds, even having fenugreek seed water, methi seed water on empty stomach early morning for diabetic people. Okay, it's effective. It does not cure your diabetes at all, but it has a hypoglycemic effect. It can keep your blood glucose levels low. Okay, whole garlic, mashed or crushed. Add lukewarm water, keep it for 5-10 minutes, and then drink. That is how garlic is consumed for cholesterol. People who suffer from cholesterol. I'm not aware of garlic made in mustard oil, garlic pickle made in mustard oil. How it affects. Complex carbohydrates are good for hypoglycemic effects. Antibacterial effect, foods like turmeric, probiotics, garlic, cinnamon, cloves as well. These are spices. Usually, majority of your spices have antibacterial effect. Digestive effect, you can have ginger on empty stomach. Specifically, if you have any digestive issues, it's better to have ginger on empty stomach. And digestive effect, spices uh, can stimulate your salivation. Okay, the smell of the spices itself can trigger salivation, so more salivary juices are produced. Okay, that helps in digestion. More hydrochloric acid is secreted within your body. More digestive enzymes can be secreted when spices are present in the body. That's how spices can give more digestive effect for to the food. It can reduce flatulence also. Okay, specifically the spice called ajwain. Okay, omam or ajwain, carom seeds, what we call in English. Okay, so it has a really good uh, digestive effect. Even if somebody is suffering from gastritis at home, ajwain water or ajwain seeds can be given. It can reduce the indigestion. And also stomach ache, for stomach ache as well, ajwain is given, carom seeds. Then hing, asafoetida, that is also has a very similar effect like ajwain. Then chilies has a substance called capsaicin. Okay, that is the what gives it that heat. Okay, and that is present in the seeds of the chilies, not in the cover, not in the green part or the red part. The seeds of the chilies have this capsaicin compound, which gives that heat to the green chilies. Okay, so that increases your gastric secretion and thus improves your digestion. Even cloves and fenugreek seeds, that is methi seeds. I am not specifically aware of winter gourd and how it affects your digestive issues. I do not know much about that. that particular food. But all types of gourds that you use have a lot of water content in it, and it acts as a more hydrating agent. Okay, all the different types of vegetables that are in gourd form, okay, they have a lot of hydrating benefits. They add a lot of hydrating benefits into your food. Then immunopotentiating effect, probiotics, specifically lactobacillus probiotic and bifidobacteria. You can have Yakult as well. Yakult is also available as a probiotic drink. But while taking Yakult, you have to take at least a 5-day gap in between throughout the month. If you're taking Yakult, 5-day gap you have to maintain. Beetroot juice or ABC juice, as we say, that is also has a good immunity and enhancing power. Then we have certain specific modified functional food, all your fortified food, okay, like iodized salt or any food that is made specifically for fortified and made specifically for a group of people, like lactose free food agents for phenylketonuria kids, children who are born with this metabolic disorder called phenylketonuria. They cannot have lactose at all. Even mother's breast milk they cannot have. Okay, so you making or manufacturing lactose free formulas for these specific for these children. Okay, that is also a modified functional food. Yeah, kids can take Yakult. Some variants of Yakult for the kids is also available, I guess. You can check with that. So these are certain antioxidants and their best sources. You can take a screenshot of that, this particular table. Different names of antioxidants are given. You do not have to learn this by heart. And their best sources, major dietary sources. These antioxidants are present in other food as well, but we have only described the major sources of these antioxidants here. Yogurt and curd both can be used by lactose intolerance people. It does not have much lactose. Lactose is converted into lactic acid. So again, few food and their food groups and what kind of antioxidants they have, which we have discussed so far. It is available in the textbook. You can take a screenshot of this. These are the different food groups and their specific kind of antioxidants which are commonly associated with these kind of food groups. Dark green leafy vegetables are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin. Broccoli, lettuce, dark spinach, kale, even the dark amaranth leaves. Any dark green leafy vegetable is a great source of lutein and zeaxanthin, which is beneficial for your retinal health, eye health. So coming to the 5 food groups, a balanced diet should have all these 5 food groups. First group is your cereal and grain products. Even the millets come under this category. Wheat, rice, ragi, jowar, bajra. Okay, so all these will come under this category of cereals. Maize, rice flakes. Okay. Then we have pulses or legumes. All your black gram, moong dal, green gram, rajma. Okay. All the lentils, peas, cowpeas, chickpeas, soya beans, all for all types of beans comes under pulses and legumes. Milk and milk products, and for non-vegetarians, flesh food also comes under the third group. For vegetarians, it's the milk products, lacto-ovo vegetarians, milk and egg products, and for non-vegetarians, all these categories come under the third food group. Fruits, vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables are the fourth food group. Seasonally available ones has to be focused. Fats and sugar, the visible fats. Specifically, we talk about visible fats and the sugar, which is visible as well as invisible. Like if you're making something refined, or if you're getting some packaged food, okay, it also has certain amount of sugar in it. So the fats which we see here, fats and sugar, it is both the visible and the invisible ones. But if you're making only home cooked food, you can just follow the visible fats. Tofu, soya milk, okay, they all are examples of soya protein. Soya protein powder is also available as a plant-based protein powder. Pea protein powder, soya protein powder is also available. Tofu and soy milk is soy chunks also is a great source of protein. So according to ICMR has given the 4 food group plans. So according to ICMR, they have combined cereals and pulses in one group. That's how they have a 4 group plan. Okay, the remaining vegetables, animal food source, and milk products, milk and dairy products are in one category. And highly processed food, high fat, high sugar food, high fat food, junk food, basically pickles will also come under in this category. So they are the fourth group. So the difference between the 5 food group and the 4 food group is cereals and pulses are in the same major group. So coming to general ICMR guidelines, which you, as a dietitian, you have to follow these guidelines while making a diet plan. You have to ensure that variety is added into the balanced diet menu plan. Make sure that an extra food, if you're dealing with a pregnant woman or a lactating woman, extra food, not more than 300 calories, but limited to 300 calories, it has to be added. Specifically by the third trimester, add 300 calories more to her basic caloric value. If it is second trimester, 150 calories extra can be added, 150 to 200, but not more than that. In first trimester, no need to add more calories. She can continue the same calorie what she was continuing if weight management is not an issue. Make sure you promote exclusive breastfeeding. You give the health education of exclusive breastfeeding till from 6 months to 2 years. Homemade semi-solid food should be given to infants who have just crossed 6 months of age. Adequate nutrition based on calcium and protein and antioxidants for children, adolescents. Plenty of fruits and vegetables, seasonal ones should be added. Limit the use of ghee, butter, and vanaspati, and moderate use of edible oils. Okay, because the South Asian population of India we are highly prone to cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. Okay, so encourage them to add use more vegetable oils. Okay, not more in the sense quantity wise. Okay, the choice of vegetable oil should be more as compared to ghee, butter, and vanaspati. Overeating should be prevented. Exercise regularly, restrict the salt intake, use safe and clean food, use hygienic food practices while preparing the food, appropriate cooking methods, avoid too much of deep frying or too much of processing. Drink plenty of water, minimize the use of salt, sugar, and fats in all the food that you cook, and add some micronutrient rich food or nutritional supplement for elderly people if you have senior citizens in your family. Then you have this My Pyramid plan. My Pyramid plan is used in USA. They have My Pyramid plans. It is used in USA. Even the Indian nutritionists and dietitians can also incorporate this as well. It's almost very similar to Indian diet. Okay, the grains are at a higher quantity. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are different category, but the plate has more of fruits and vegetables as compared to grains. Slightly more. Okay, fruits and vegetables as compared to grains. Oils is limited. Milk and meat products are also high in consumption, and a lot of physical activity. This is what My Pyramid has stated for nutritionists and dietitians to follow. But it is usually used in USA. My Plate plan, again, it is a USA based plan. This was taken under the assistance of Michelle Obama, the then first lady of US in 2011. So this initiative was specifically targeted for school children. It started with school children's nutrition, and then it is incorporated to the society as a whole. Again, you can see here, divide the plate into half. Half of the plate should be filled with vegetables and fruits, grains, and then protein. Dairy is a separate component here. Protein can be meat protein or vegetable or vegetarian-based protein, depends on your choice. And a completely different component of dairy is provided. So this is My Plate was targeted for the health of growing children, school children, and teenagers. Okay. That's the reason why you see dairy as a completely specific, completely different component in the My Plate, as it is not part of the protein. Okay, because keeping in mind the requirement of a growing child and an adolescent. Okay, it's not consumed together, but this much amount of fruit has to be consumed at least around the meal. It should not be consumed together. Okay, for example, if you take tomatoes here, tomato is a fruit. Tomato is not a vegetable. Tomato is a fruit. But tomato plays a major role in your lunch recipes, right? Then you have the Mediterranean diet pyramid. Lots of research and studies have shown how Mediterranean people who live in the islands of Greece and all, they have a very low cardiovascular disease condition rate. Okay, and when you check properly, this is the diet that they follow. Majority of them, this is staple to that part of the region. European countries and the Mediterranean regions of the world, they follow this particular diet plan. Uh, this diet plan cannot be followed in Indian households. The reason being, if you look at a Mediterranean diet plan, you will see if you look at a plate of a Mediterranean diet, you see a lot of fresh green leafy vegetables, not cooked, uncooked green leafy vegetables, salads, okay, feta cheese. This is not how a staple Indian diet plan is anywhere, okay, north to south, east to west. Whatever is provided in an Indian thali Majority of it is cooked. Okay. Here in Mediterranean diet plan, majority of it is uncooked and a lot of meat, fish, eggs. Okay, a lot of dairy, wine. Even if they're taking wine on a daily basis, they're exercising a lot. Their food is made up of antioxidants. Okay, they have very less red meat. They eat very less red meat. They eat more fish, poultry, eggs, etc. Red meat consumption is less. A lot of olive oil is used in the cooking. It's not the other oils, but a lot of plant-based oil, specifically olive oil, is the main source of fat in the food. So this is why it is very difficult for Indian population to adapt a Mediterranean diet. Also, reminder for everyone, tomorrow disease conditions class is not there. Tomorrow I will be on leave. Tomorrow Wednesday class is not there. It is completely okay to have it because they are not having just raw vegetables. They are eating, they're combining it with a lot of proteins as well. Okay. Now, planning a balanced diet, there are steps involved here. Am I audible now? Even Indians use a lot of feed oil in cooking, but the green leafy vegetables that is used, or greens or vegetables used in cooking, is cooked ones. We do not use a lot of raw vegetable-based recipes in our day-to-day life. Okay. Hardly you may cut certain cucumbers or onions for salad purpose or cabbage, but apart from that, majority of the vegetables that you use is in a cooked form. It is not in a raw form. Okay, that is the main difference. Also, the use of protein. Mediterranean diet is protein forward diet. They do have grains, they do use cereals, but in a very limited way, either in form of bread. Okay, but they use a lot of protein in their diet, which is Indian diet. Majoritarily, it lacks protein. It is carbohydrate forward diet. So planning a balanced diet. First, what do you mean by balanced diet? It has different food types of food in quantities and proportions, which can complete your caloric needs, your protein needs, vitamin mineral needs based on your age group. Okay, that is a balanced diet. It should uh, uh, it should pre- uh, it should prevent malnourishment. Okay, it should meet all your nutritional requirements, give you all antioxidants, longevity, health. Okay, improves your immunity, endurance levels, your cognitive ability, your ability to cope with stress. So these are the targets that a balanced diet should play in a human life. Okay. So planning a balanced diet, first you should know what a balanced diet is and how it impacts your health, what targets it should, how it should help your health moving forward. So that is a balanced diet. Food exchange list. We will discuss a table. In food exchange list, you get a variety, but you get the same amount of proteins, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates. Okay, the quantity of the uh, macros and micros won't change, but the variety can keep on changing. So it does not feel monotonous. You will not feel bored by by your recipes or dishes. You can add a lot of variety in your weekly menu plan, but you can be sure that every day you're getting approximately the same amount of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals from different types of recipe. That is the focus of food exchange list. Then we have the food composition table. Again, it is given by the National Institute of Nutrition. So these tables have data on which all food specifically used in Indian households. What is the chemical constitution? How many antioxidants they have? 100 gram of this food, how much vitamin it has? What is the mineral composition of it? How much carbohydrates this will give? That is the food composition table. You can find it online as well, these tables. And every year you can expect the value to keep changing. Okay. The NIN's website, National Institute of Nutrition website. Just search for food composition table, NIN. You will get the details on this. Okay. Capital NIN. So principles of planning diet. Food exchange list is available in your textbook. We'll come to that. So principles of diet planning or the principles of menu planning. It should, like when I give you an assignment, you have to come back to this principle while making that assignment based on different disease conditions or age group of the subject that I have given you. So your diet plan should be based on the disease condition of the patient. It should meet all the nutritional requirement of that particular person, what their age is, what their activity level is. Okay. It must fulfill the family needs as well. Easy for the family to prepare it as well. Or if you're making an entire recipe for this particular person, it should be also used by their family as well. So there is no food wastage. Okay. Plan to save time and energy. Don't feed them complex recipes. Simple, easy to do recipes. Okay, that you can save your time and energy with. Menu planning should give maximum nutrients from limited amounts of sources. Also, maximum nutrients should be given. Consideration of individual likes and dislikes. What kind of food they like. What is their food choices. Their eating pattern. Consider all these elements and then make a diet plan. Some people they just require 2 meals a day. Some may require 3 meals a day. So ask them all these questions and based on that, make a diet plan. Menu plan should provide variety. Food habits should be considered, like do they eat milk? So sorry, do they drink milk? Do they eat fish? What is their food habit? How much chapatis they usually prefer? Okay. Do they eat something sweet soon after they finish their lunch or dinner? Okay. Do they have the habit of chewing some smoking or drinking tea or drinking coffee soon after they complete their meal? So make sure you ask them these questions. Seasonal availability, whatever diet plan or menu plan you prepare, it should be seasonally available, easily accessible. Psychological aspect as well. If you're dealing with a person who is depressed uh, or anxious or stressed, okay, their work life stress. So in such kind of situation, don't give them complex recipes. Give them easy to do recipes. It's easier. You put them on multivitamins, supplements, nutritional supplements as well. It is easier for people who are dealing with psychological disorders to be on multivitamins. It is easier for them not to miss on meals. So coming to the steps involved in planning a diet. So these are the steps that you can follow when you are doing the assignment as well. First is the recommended dietary allowances. Usually I will give, when I'm stating the assignment, I usually mention the caloric requirement as well. So based on the caloric requirement, you plan the diet plan. Okay. And in some cases, I specify at least this much fiber should be there, or focus on protein, or focus on calcium, focus on this particular mineral. So when I'm stating these elements in the assignment that I give, assignment statement that I give, that is the first step. Okay, you have to draw a boundary of the calorie within which you have to plan your recipes. Okay, and whatever focus points I'm giving, focus on protein, focus on fiber. When you get these statements, these phrases, you have to immediately go and check the RDA for this particular person, how much protein he or she should take, how much fiber they should take, how much calcium they should take. Okay, specific based on their age group, what nutrients they have to be focused on. I will mention that. So that's when the RDA comes into play. Okay. RD, you can refer to specific chapters, or you can go and refer the ICMR table, which is given in the textbook. 20 table is given in the textbook. You can refer that as well. Or otherwise, you can go and find out the specific chapter. If I'm giving you an assignment for adolescents, you can go and find the RD required by adolescents in the nutritional and food requirements of adolescents chapter. If I'm giving you an assignment for a senior citizen, you can find the same RDA information from the elderly uh, people dietetics chapter. Okay, so like that you have to plan your assignment. So that's your step one. It gives you an outline on how much you have to add and where you have to limit, where it will be too much. Okay, so that idea you will get. Then you have to prepare the food list. So food list we can make using the tables which they have provided in the textbook, specifically the ICMR tables and the exchange list tables, which is present on page number 25. Those who have the textbook, page number 25. So page number 25 and 26, a big table is given. Usually if you go through the recipes given there, see the 65 kg that ICMR has given, it is of the reference Indian male weight. Okay, the ICMR tables are based on reference Indian male and reference Indian female. Okay, female's weight is around 55 kg and male's weight is of around 65 kg. Why? Because majority of the population average, if you take, this is where the Indian population's male and female population's weight is, and the age also is around reference Indian men and women's age is around 19 to 39 years. That is what they have taken. Okay. So when it comes to the ICMR table, you just look for the RDA. Okay. The vitamins and minerals do not have any association with your weight. Only calories and protein and fat. Okay. Macronutrients will have association with your weight. When it comes to vitamins and minerals, your body weight does not have a specific impact on how much vitamin or mineral you have to take. Okay. So food exchange list on page number 25 and 26, you can see the portion sizes that they have mentioned is certain areas you will find K, which means katori, that is 150 ml, is the katori or the small bowl that they have mentioned. And other places they have mentioned 1, 2, based on the size of the idli, dosa, or whatever food item it is, or the portion size of it. Okay, so you can make sure that this particular portion size, if you exchange with any other food, it will give you the same calorie or same nutritional content. For example, if you have a rava idli, one rava idli on Monday, and on second day you have half a katori of pungal. Okay, both will give you around 1.5 to 3.5 gram of protein. Usually it will be around 1.5. It is a vegetarian source, that it will be around 1.5 gram of protein. Okay, so this is how you have to use the food exchange list. When you make a menu plan, you can make your menu plan out of this particular exchange list based on the portion sizes. Okay. Calories you can find from outside. Okay, one rava idli, what is a calorie? You will get it from so many sources which is there online. Or if you want to use the recipe based calories, you can use the tables, table 1.9, 1.10, 1.11. Okay, all these tables can give you how much calories each recipe can give. Okay, for example, when you are making idli, okay, you are using cereal and as well as pulses. So the uh, amount of cereal that you are taking, how much calorie it will give you. So 30 gram of cereal if you're taking, how much calorie it will give you. It is mentioned in table 1.9. For example, just check the table 1.9, those who have the textbook. If you are going for a recipe of idli, you know the recipe of idli involves cereals and pulse both. Rice is also there, urad dal is also there, which is the pulse. Rice is a cereal, urad dal is a pulse. Okay. So if you are taking 30 gram of this cereal and pulse, uncooked, okay, how much calorie you're getting? Can you answer in the chat box? Items that are not in the food list, you can check it online. Yes, the calorie is 100. How much protein you will get is also mentioned. How much carbohydrate, how much fat is there mentioned? You will get this mentioned. So this is how you can choose a recipe. You can break down the recipe in terms of the food groups and find out how much calorie you are getting. Right? It will take a lot of time, but you will understand how to use these step tables. And whatever you find in this table 1.9, it is an uncooked version. Okay, it's an uncooked version, not the cooked version. And when it comes to table 1.10, here based on the age groups of infants, children, and adolescents, whatever number they have mentioned, no, on like for example, let's say pulses. Okay, pulses for a 13-year-old girl. How much gram of pulse should you give? My question is, use the table 1.10. You're dealing with a 13-year-old girl. How much portion in terms of gram? Pulse gram, in terms of gram, total gram of pulse. Think again. It is 60 gram. You have to multiply the number given under each age group, multiply by 30. Minimum requirement is 30 for everyone, every individual. Okay, 30 gram of 30 multiplied by 2, 60 gram should be the pulses given to a 13-year-old girl throughout the day. Understood how to use the table now? So I will give one more example. Sugar, okay? For a 18-year-old boy, how much gram of sugar he can have on a daily basis? Eighteen-year-old boy, how much gram of sugar he can have on a daily basis? 30 gram, because the number given is 6. 6 multiplied by, if you see, minimum sugar requirement is 5 gram for everyone. Okay, everyone can have 5 gram of sugar on a daily basis. No worries. 25 gram you can go. 25 gram of sugar on a daily basis will not do you any harm. 18-year-old boy will definitely have a high metabolism rate in their body. Men naturally have higher metabolism rate as compared to women. So 30 gram of sugar they can have on a daily basis, not more than that. 6, the number given under 18-year-old boy in the sugar column, sorry, in the sugar row is 6. 6 multiplied by 5. The minimum values of portion per gram is given for everyone. That minimum value has to be multiplied with the numbers given, adjacent numbers given. So that's how you can plan the entire menu. So no need to mention raw quantities. So this is how food list and food tables have to be used. Using ICMR tables, which we have discussed right now, and using the cooked food exchange list. Only in the exchange list that you see, table 1.12 on page number 25 and 26, the values that you see there in terms of protein, in the pulse exchange, meat exchange, whatever protein gram you see there, that is for the cooked food, because it is a complete recipe. When you're talking about idli, chapati, upma, noodles, it is cooked food, right? But when you use the other tables, it is uncooked food. Calories will not be more. The maximum amount what they can have is given here. How much based on the portion size that the child is used to, you have to give that. This is why I tell, do not focus on calories. Calories should only give you an outline on how much is what how much you should eat. Okay, but the portion size is determined individually. Then making menu, that is a third step. So foods that are listed in the ICMR tables, okay, convert that food into recipes given in the food exchange tables, and then finally you will get your complete menu plan. If you want to add breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, you have your food exchange list. You know how much protein you will get. In food exchange list, they have only mentioned about protein. That is an important factor to be maintained, because Indian diet is lacks a lot of protein. It's not a protein forward diet. That's why in food exchange list they have focused on protein. They have given you details on protein. Okay, the remaining other carbohydrates and fats, what is involved in this recipe, you can find it using the ICMR tables. Not every a cup, sometimes a cup or a glass, it could be around 300 ml to 50 ml. Every source has their different versions of mls. So this is why when you give a glass of or a bowl of soup or something, what you may consider as a full bowl of soup, it could be much more for somebody else. It could be much less for a third person. Okay, this is where the subjective portion changes matters. Okay. 350 ml if it is mentioned for buttermilk. Not everyone will be used to having 350 ml of buttermilk. Some may just have 200 ml. Even the ones you get from outside, the Amul buttermilk, it is hardly 200 ml, right? So it completely depends on your perspective on how much portion you have to take. When you are using other sites for their recipes or making menu plan, if you're referencing other sites, they will also mention how much ml or how much katori or what gram they have took. Okay, you can incorporate that details as well. More than calories, more than content, more than portion sizes, the recipe that you're preparing or the menu plan that you're preparing, are they servicing your client in terms of all the functional aspects of food? That is important. Okay, all the functional aspects we have discussed: antioxidant effect, detoxifying effect, hypocholesteric effect, hypoglycemic effect. We have discussed a lot of functional aspects of food. So whatever recipe you choose, how much ever is the portion, 350 ml, 250 ml, does not matter. Is it satisfying? Is your recipe, is your menu plan satisfying these functional areas of diet? That is important. Okay. Yeah, you, if you are mentioning the if you want to help them out with the raw food, cooked food, you have to give them the gram value of it, and ask them to you to get a kitchen weight, the digital kitchen weight, which you can buy on Amazon and all. On based on that, they can be very exact on how much pulses and cereals they have to use. For example, see, uh, in kidney patients, salt restrictions are there. The nephrologist will tell you exactly how much gram of salt you are supposed to take. Okay. In my family, when one of our relative was undergoing a kidney transplant, when his nephrologist has told him he can only use certain gram of salt. Okay. Definitely the wife's question was, how will I understand 5 gram of salt? How can I understand this? So the next solution from the doctor was, go to a jewelry shop vendor or someone, and they will have the exact jewelry weighing machine. In that, you have to weigh how much salt is 5 gram or 6 gram. You will get an idea of it. Okay, take a picture of that particular quantity, and that is what you have to use for your husband's entire day's meal. That is the amount of salt you have to use. So like this, when it is a specific disease condition in which you have to be so precise, you have to use precise measures. Okay, this is just an example of salt restriction and the nephrology case that I have given, where it is mentioned that this patient, not the person, this patient is not supposed to have more than 5 gram of salt. Okay, as a caretaker, as a patient's caretaker, what can you do? You have to go to a jewelry shop, and you have to literally use that weighing machine, which will show you the exact gram of salt present. Because if you use a regular kitchen weight, it will usually not show you the exact amount. Okay, the weighing machine found in jewelry shops, they show you the exact gram and the milligram as well. Okay, so in such cases, in critical cases, you have to use your critical thinking and make analysis accordingly. Vegetables naturally contain sodium, so they're for a sodium restricted diet. When we come to that chapter of sodium restricted diets, we will give you the examples of vegetables and fruits which are high on sodium and low on sodium. So people who come under the sodium restricted diet, they have to avoid certain section of vegetables and fruits completely. Okay. So these tactics you have to use when you make a menu plan. What to avoid, what to add, what guidance to give. Are you giving them the recipe, or are you giving them the uncooked version as well? Okay. This assignment I had given for previous batch. You can, those who have not done, you can do this as well. Adult pay, 30 years, 2,200 kilocalories. Breakfast menu for 7 days. No lunch, no dinner, just breakfast menu. A lot of online sites are available. Healthify and all, a lot of online sites are available.